wherever you are in the world, you needed to see this message before a certain timeline. 4 days from now, you are going to become an overnight sensation, an overnight celebrity. You are already a spiritual teacher. You are already an expert in your own right, but you are becoming even more influential, even more popular, and there's a lot more recognition on the way. So if you were worried about what success would feel like, if you would be able to maintain this, if you would be able to do this for the rest of your life, Spirit is saying the answer is yes. So you must have a pretty special job. Let me know in the comments. Like, you're going to be able to do that for the rest of your life and get paid. And part of the reason I'm getting that things have been moving so slowly for you, or slower than most, is there is a high turnover rate in what you do, or your industry or purpose is heavily saturated with frauds or fakes. And you could be worried, like, am I going to get washed out? Am I going to be forgotten about? What I stand for, is it going to matter? Because whoever I'm speaking to, you are supposed to help the masses, and all you have to do right now is chill, is rest, is be yourself, is get more sleep. And you are going to see how you are rewarded in so many ways. There are people that you look up to that are influencers, teachers, or even celebrities. And whatever it is that they're known for, you've seen some of your most favorite people fall off the path. And that could be scary. Like, oh my gosh, they became successful and they changed overnight. They stopped caring about their collective or what they stand for, or they threw their core values out the window, or they threw their family on the back burner. You are worried about these type of disruptive changes, and you're wanting to stay humble, cute, and relatable. And remember that, okay? I really want you to remember that. Think about some of your most favorite creators, influencers, or celebrities, and think about when they first started, or maybe even when they were peaking. You have been training to peak for the long haul, over and over and over again. So I know this message is not for everyone, and you will know if it is for you, because this is a burning question on your mind. If you're going to be able to sustain everything that you have been working for, that you've been working towards. So I'm so excited. Bestie, if you're new here, I'm your best friend on the internet. Duh. I'm your favorite YouTuber. I'm your spiritual cheerleader. I'm also your cosmic accountant, and I'm your chicken noodle soup for the soul. So grab whatever you be sipping on, snacking on, and or not, because I'm going in. You are going to be getting a lot of beauty sleep. I'm going to be going over what I channeled. I'm going to pull some charms for you guys. We have certain things that we need to talk about, like how you are being perceived, because maybe you're not seeing it clearly. Who left? Why did they leave? What to be careful of, things that you don't see coming this week and this month, because you needed this message before 4 days. Okay, so 4 days from now, there's going to be a big shift for you. And I feel like it might have a lot to do with your astrological sign, your birth chart, or the transits, but either way, this is your time. You are in the precipice of greatness. You are the most relatable role model, and it's never going to change. You are always going to stay humble and down to earth, and this is what people are drawn to. This is why people love you. But yeah, we're going to go over the things that you don't see coming this week and this month. What is happening 4 days from now? What luck is unfolding? Surprises on the way. Again, what to be careful of, and why did someone leave or ghost you, and how you're being perceived. I'm so excited. Okay. So you might be seeing 444 or 333 all over the place. You might have a signature color right now. Maybe that's not normally a thing for you, but you feel drawn to certain colors. It could be pink, it could be blue, it could even be the color black. Whatever that is for you, I feel like that's, I don't know if it's a sign of change, but you're just really switching things up. and sprinkling on some things from your past that make you so unique. You are a very unique being. There are not people walking around out here like you. There are a lot of people that would like to be like you, but we're going to get into that too. So I do have a pre-pull for you, but I just want to kind of shuffle right now and see if I channel anything else for you. You're seeing how there is this big shift on social media. Okay, what I'm channeling is you're seeing the rise and fall of certain people, or this is popping up in your feed like the rise and fall of so-and-so, the rise and the stardom of so-and-so. You're like, oh my gosh, is there going to be like, an true Hollywood story, a documentary, like, am I one day going to be somebody that has fallen like that? And it can be a little terrifying, because if you are an influencer, my star messenger, if you are on social media, a lot of us are in uncharted territory where we do a lot of things on the internet. And so it's interesting to see how the internet evolves, how it grows, how it changes people, how fame, recognition, or a spotlight even changes your peers around you. But I'm here to tell you something so amazing. You are going to lead a whole group, a collective of unique individuals that always stay humble. They never forget that they were the underdog, the black sheep, the ugly duckling. They never ever forget it. And this is something that is going to create a whole commotion, and it's why you specifically have to become a celebrity. You have to be in the spotlight. Whether you're like, I never wanted to be famous, I don't know, I don't think I'm ready for all that. You are ready for that. You have been born ready for that. You have been training for that. And that is why things have been feeling really Saturn-like for you. Dang, I'm channeling a lot. That is why things have been feeling really Saturn-like for you. Like, oh my gosh, why am I always going through these hard lessons? Why are these people's, speeding on by? Everyone has a different path, but your path specifically, yes, you deal with a lot of spirituality haters. You deal with a lot of pick-me's, bullies, happiness haters, all shapes and sizes. But this is preparing you for the type of attacks and haters that you're going to be dealing with, because you will never change. How do I say this? You will never change in the aspect of becoming a different person. You will just always become better and better and better. You will always be transparent, and people are going to gobble that up in an era, in a timeline where people look up to, maybe not the best people, or people that have to have everything or make money, their idol, whatever that is. You are going to be teaching people that, yes, they are the embodiment of wealth, but it doesn't have to run them, and it doesn't have to ruin them. Oh, I love this. You guys, you have a very big job, and I know you feel like scared, like, oh my gosh, like, of course I want to do that, but can I do it forever? And I'm seeing that this is going to set you up for the rest of your life. I'm talking about legacy wealth. I'm not talking about no regular schmegular money. And that is why God has been pulling you up through the ranks, bit by bit, bootstrap by bootstrap, teaching you like, hey, this is how it's going to be. And I don't ever want you to get too big for your britches. I don't want you to get, a big head. I want you to stay the course. And so that is why sometimes you are allowed to specifically go a couple steps forward, and then God or the divine reels you back in like, hey. We don't need to be doing all of that. We don't need to be getting into all of that mess. That it's okay, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be taken away from you. Okay, so sometimes when you have a setback, God's showing us like, hey, we need to keep it a little bit more humble instead of, and I can speak to this. I resonate with that. I remember a time in my life where I had first gotten sober, and I finally secured a decent job. And I remember how full of myself I got. I got a job. I'm keeping that job. Woo, woo, woo. I was I'm the breadwinner. I was not being nice. I was not being nice. I was being really arrogant and condescending. And I can admit that now. Thank goodness that was years and years and years ago. But still, being now 10 and a half years sober, I've still had to learn through those years, like things that are okay to do and things that are not okay to do. It wasn't okay for me to treat my loved ones like I was better than them because I got smacked right back down to earth. God will pull us right back like, oh, you remember, this is how life could be. I remember acting like that for, I think, like 6 months. 6 months, I was like, I could do whatever I want. I'm a boss. Ugh. Like, that was like, I'm so cringe, like, at that was my behavior. But I learned so much from that because after that, I lost my job. I was completely humbled. And that lasted a whole nother year. So I was humbled for a year straight of don't ever get to acting like that again, because this is what will happen. And not only did I see like, okay, that's not okay. And I made amends and I said all my sorries and I begged for forgiveness because I felt so bad. And then after that, I went through a spiritual awakening. And I mean, I had lost everything after acting like that. I mean, everything. I lost my home. I didn't know where I was going to live. I lost my job. I was scrambling and really trying to figure out my life. But the best thing that happened from that year of hard lessons was my channel, was the birth of my channel and the birth of my purpose. So sometimes when we're going through those really savage lessons, like, oh my gosh, did I really deserve all of this? You know, sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. But you're seeing like, okay, I've been making it through the ranks. I have been learning bit by bit. I am not the same person I used to be when I used to make, you know, whatever type of errors. So like I look at life now and I'm like, anytime I'm getting a little bit too passionate or intense or crazy and it's uncalled for, I really have to reel it back in like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be getting all crazy or talking like that, because I am a hothead in recovery. If you didn't know, now you know. But yeah, let's talk about how you are being perceived right now. You are being perceived as someone that is a lover. You have a lot of love to give. People like being around your energy. They like hearing your life lessons. They like hearing your stories, because people that really want to be like you or have a similar path and they're really genuine about that, they can learn a lot from you. And that is why you're supposed to be a spiritual teacher here on this earth. You are supposed to help others with their expansion and them closing out cycles and them seeing their worth. And I know that you at least have a couple of people around you, whether it's on the internet or in your place of work, maybe even in your family, of you getting to see some people that you care about and where they started and where they're at now. Where maybe they used to put up with toxic relationships, they didn't see their worth and they didn't see their value, and you've taught them month to month, year by year, certain lessons, and now they're like, they're no longer a caterpillar, they're this beautiful butterfly, and they have so much strength and courage and confidence, and that is because of you. That is partly because of you. It's partly their belief in the divine, or God, the creator, source, and you. You are a big influence in people's lives where they really feel like they can trust you with their deepest, darkest secrets. And that you will never judge them or make them feel bad for what they're going through. Ever. Like, if I have a friend that needs to play detective on a device or someone's social media, I'm going to be supportive. I'll tell them if they're acting crazy. I will be an accomplice if I need to, but I'm not going to judge them because I have been there, I have done that, and maybe sometimes I repeated that lesson. You are showing people what strong unions, partnerships, relationships, and allies look like. You show people what fake friends are, and People can walk around all day like that ain't nothing to care about, but it is. It is something to care about, to be able to have your discernment and to see through fake people. Not to say that we don't ever not fall for fake people. We have big hearts and we're empaths and we really feel for people, but you still have a whole nother level of discernment that people really admire. So that's one of the ways that you guys are being perceived right now. Another way is that you are the perfect person to train, to advise, and that admits that you're still learning. You admit when you don't know things. Like if I'm training somebody behind the bar, I'm not like, oh my gosh, like I know everything. So if you don't like know everything, like good luck. No. I remember how scared I was when I first started learning to bartend. Like I avoided it forever. I was like, I'm gonna stay right here in my little box, my easy little box of serving, and that's all I'm ever gonna do. I'll cocktail, I'll serve, I'll boopity boop, but I'm not gonna be doing none of that. Because I was just so intimidated of it. That finally my GM pulled me aside and was like, all right, today's the day. Today's the day that you're going to learn. You're not going to pretend that you know. You're going to learn. And he really had the patience to let me go slowly and believed in me. And I will never, ever forget that, because there were so many times in different bars, even in different states that I've worked. I've bartended in many cities, in many states, in many places, and I've been in this industry for a long time, but I have been thrown behind the bar so many times before I was ready, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't want to admit that I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just like, like looking at the girl to the left, like, what is she doing? Okay, I know that now I was messing up those drinks. Okay, I know now that I made all of those wrong. I didn't know how I was pouring, but because a lot of the people I worked with were allowed to drink on the job, I don't think they really noticed. But I didn't feel good about myself. When I would go home, I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing. Oh my gosh, I barely got by. Like, and that's how I have a story. I worked at Coyote Ugly for a little bit, and I thought that was going to be like a dream job, and it was one of the hardest jobs I ever had. It was so many hours of dance practice. It was so many different dance classes throughout the week. And on top of that, the bar shifts were so long. You had to wear cowboy boots. You had to have these choreographed dances approved by your choreographer. And to get approved, you would have to do that dance on the bar in your boots. And it had to be perfect. So there was just all of this stress. So I was dealing with that stress of like, oh my gosh, like this needs to look like that. But then I was also trying to pretend I knew how to bartend, and I didn't. I just was like, yeah, I can totally do that. Wanting to get the job, but not wanting to admit that I didn't know how to do that. So, yeah, sometimes we get a little in over our heads, but we learn from those lessons. And now I'm the type of teacher, trainer that would say it's okay that you don't know things. Okay, before I always felt like I was around people that would just give me the worst. Though, did they just make it so hard for me if I didn't know things or if I messed something up? And so that always made me terrified to learn. I was like, oh my gosh, like these girls are just looking for a reason to scold me because I'm the newbie. And if I'm the rookie out here and I'm messing things up, nobody's going to want to work with me. I'm going to get put on the crappy shifts. And I just had to fake it until I could make it. I would try to look for any way to like be doing promoting instead of actually being behind the bar, doing the dancing instead of being behind the bar. But I had to make sure that I was pulling my weight because at Coyote Ugly, we all tip share. So I would try to do a lot of the grunt work. I would try to do anything but have to make drinks. Okay. And looking at it now, I think maybe it wouldn't have been so bad if I wasn't going through a substance issue, and I was really at the peak of that at that time, and I was working 3 jobs. So that wasn't my only job that I was working. I was working 2 other bar jobs where it was just kicking my behind because I needed to pay for my ex that was not working, and his addiction too. And on top of that, it was just like piling up on me. I felt like I had to have 3 jobs. I had so much responsibility. And then to keep up with what we needed daily, it was just, I felt enslaved to that. So on top of that, not knowing how to bartend, it was a lot. But we learn from the things that really make us feel embarrassed or shy, and people really value this about you, that even though you are this beautiful being, you're not too cool to explain something. Even though that you have a celebrity type of beauty, people automatically think that you are a model, an actress, that you are known already for something, that you do something important. That is how you carry yourself. I don't care if your hair is cocked to the side and you got coffee on your shirt. People are like, there's somebody special. And think about the people that you see online that have really like either helped raise you or have helped you in a very important part of your life. Okay, I want you guys to name an influencer that you really look up to, that maybe peaked and then has been kind of switching it up, and it maybe feels like a disappointment, but you're rooting for them still. You are rooting for them still. So like for me, somebody that I love is Jaclyn Hill, but she is always being thrown into a lot of controversy, and it's unfortunate, but I try to remember that part of her that really liked doing makeup before it was just all sales pitchy. I really like thinking about those times, and I'm rooting for her to get back to a better path where she's really happy. And yeah, I just want you guys to name a person that you really look up to that is doing what you want to do. And then I want you to think of another person that has been monumental in your growth, but maybe is fallen off of a track, and you're really praying that they get back up. Okay, who else do I really look up to? I really look up to Anita Serene in the spiritual community, and in the makeup community, I really look up to Jaclyn Hill because I was also self-taught. I had a friend that worked in the makeup industry, and she was so good at it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to learn. And so I learned from Jaclyn Hill. I remember buying every brush and just every morning, like going along with like the videos, like I would spend hours like just doing some of the most simple things, but I've always been a late bloomer, and I know that you guys can relate. Okay, some of us, we didn't have parents that were supportive. Like I wasn't allowed to have makeup growing up, and I didn't really get into makeup until I was a lot older. So it was like, I don't know. So yeah, you guys let me know who you look up to that maybe could be in the position that you're wanting to be in. Or yeah, let me know in the comments. Okay, so some things that you don't see coming. Oh my gosh, we've been storytelling. Some things that you don't see coming, and I feel like this has to do with how you are perceived as well, is that you are someone that knows what they're meant to do in life. And it's always doing the right thing. So it doesn't matter if you are a barista, if you are a receptionist, if you are in school, you just always know that you're supposed to be doing the right thing. And people really like that about you. They honor your integrity. People also like that you're intelligent. Okay, you're an intelligent person, that just because you're gorgeous, okay, just because you're gorgeous doesn't mean that you can't play chess. Doesn't mean that you can't do certain things. Like, I'm proud of the things that I do well, like golfing, softball, bowling. Okay, I'm proud of the things that I do well because my husband is very athletic. He has been since the minute he could walk, and there's very few sports that I can beat him in. So golf, yay for me, and bowling. It'll never be softball, but I can do other stuff. Okay, so I just be trying. But yeah, you guys are really good at things that people would not think that you are good at. They're like, oh my gosh, they know how to do that? Yeah. Affirm it below. I can do it all. I can do it all. Don't let this bow fool you. Don't let this pretty face fool you. I can do it all. Another way that you are being perceived right now is someone that is really good at creating wealth. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. It doesn't matter how many times you lose it. People are like, oh my gosh, I've seen them fall like 8 times and they always get another bag. You are always creating a bag to get. Does that make sense? Affirm it below. I am always creating a bag to secure. I am always creating a bag to get. This is why you're supposed to be influential. This is why you're supposed to be a celebrity, because you teach people to use their imagination, to do what they're good at, and to make that their wealth, to make that their purpose, to embody what they love doing, to monetize that. That's the word, to monetize that. So you are really good at creating abundance out of nowhere, out of thin air. You guys be creating abundance. And I feel like a lot of the reason you are able to do that is because you are grateful and you give with a generous heart. Okay, so affirm it below. I am grateful and I give with a generous heart. Some things that you guys don't see coming this week is you will have another unconventional way of making money, or something else that is a hobby that you will be able to monetize. So I just see that like you are stepping into your unconventional season, that you get to do things your way, and it's just, I don't know, it's like, it's dreamy. It's really dreamy for you. Then we have burning fire. Another thing that you don't see coming is you are going to be having a lot of chemistry with people on and offline. Okay, you are going to be having a lot of chemistry with people on and offline. Your desire is being intensified. Okay, so affirm it below. My passion is being ignited. My desire is being intensified. You are also being brought someone that is mature. You are being brought someone that is mature, or that is going to help you see life in a different way. And this person could be dating you. Just saying, okay, only take this part if it resonates. Some of you guys are going to be meeting someone that is mature. They're going to check a lot of different boxes. So, and they could be a fire sign. So I'm getting a divine feminine or a divine masculine that you guys could be meeting. Now, some other things that you don't see coming that aren't maybe the greatest things, but you'll be ready. You have a couple people that are stalking you, and this could be on and offline. They are people that are very controlling. They like things a certain way. This is how you'll know kind of who they are. They already have toxic ways. They are either very intrusive or they party a lot. But someone is looking at your social media and is looking for other ways to keep tabs on you. So that's something that's going to be popping up this week that you don't see coming. Someone that thinks that they can control you in a situation, somebody that wants to be a tyrant in your life. But again, this is a week of you living a very unconventional life, and that is going to be triggering some people. Okay, so what surprises are unfolding for you? What luck is on the way this week is somebody is going to want to communicate with you, and I feel like this person is powerful or influential. They're very bold and passionate. This person, I don't know if they're tied to the love situation or if this is separate. But this person makes life exciting. They are also a star. They are very confident, and they're going to be texting you and conversing with you, emailing you, talking to you. So let me know what that's about. Again, I do see you guys getting a lot of rest, but this week you're going to be using your discernment and sorting out people that you're going to steer clear of, situations that you're going to steer clear of, because you're really wanting to live liberated and free. Maybe the last year has been very stressful for you financially or with family or just your job. And now that you're starting to wiggle free, people are like, wait, where are you going? Another thing that you guys don't see coming this week is that you are going to be changing your routines. Again, if you just changed your routine like a couple months ago, you guys are switching it up again because, I don't know, you just have like this star training that you attract other stars that inspire you. So you might be coming across like influencers that are going to help you with working out or help you with makeup or help you be an influencer or help you with editing or just anything that you're really looking for. You're going to be finding the most influential people that are going to be captivating. Maybe they're like your new muse or you are theirs, but you are moving away from fake friends. You are sniffing out spirituality haters. You are changing your routines. Some of you are changing your employment this week. Some of you are changing your employment this week. So if you were like, oh no, I'm trying to get a house, I gotta stay at this job. You're not. Okay? But you will know if that is yours. Like you've already been trying to leave. And you're not wanting this particular thing to be upheavaled. So you're like, I need to be in control of how this leaves my life. So, yeah, you are preparing to leave a job. You are preparing to like go out on your own. You are seeing through people that wanted to be buddy with you for whatever their benefit would be, whether it's money or I don't know, somebody was definitely benefiting off of you. I don't know if this was an ex-lover or a water sign. Another surprise or something lucky that's on the way is how you identify is changing, how you express yourself, the first impressions that you give off. If you were maybe wanting to come off more professional, that is what you're going to be doing this week. There's going to be a truth revealed. Somebody that wants to marry you, somebody that wants to commit to you or offer you a job, that is going to be unfolding this week. There is certain secrets or things that have been behind the veil that are going to be revealed this week. Also, somebody that's been acting buddy with you, again, like you're going to be calling that out and you're going to be moving away from that. Or it could be somebody that you wanted to reconcile with. It's either an ex-friend or an ex-lover that you wanted to reconcile with, maybe even family. This could be a family member you stopped talking to and then you were thinking about reconciling with them, a lover you wanted to reconcile with, and you're like, you know what, they're just going to do the same thing they did to me before, so I'm not going to do that. I'm really seeing that you're like, I know you have more clarity on what you want to be around, who you want to be around, what's going to be better for your future. Okay? Because there is definitely a pick-me around you, a pick-misha that is playing games. They will do anything for approval of the opposite S. Okay? So I feel like these are hints. Some of you guys might need more clarification. I'm going to see what I can find out, but some of the hints that I have for you guys on who you're going to be walking away from that is a fake friend this week is someone that is definitely a pick-me, but they try to hide the fact that they are. Like, they would never admit that they're a pick-me-sha. That they do some things that are really embarrassing. You're like, oh my gosh. And I feel like when they go to tell you things, it's always slipping. It's not something that they ever told you or were transparent about, and then they go to tell a funny story, and then it slips out that they do this, and that, and you're like, wait, what? So this person's definitely playing games. Someone doesn't know how to stop playing games. They mess around. They don't want to grow up, or they're just a lot younger than you. And then I feel like you have another person. This could be an ex. They will do anything they have to do to survive off of somebody's income. They don't like using their own money. Maybe this is somebody that you were thinking about getting back together with, but you this week have a lot of people that are up in your business and trying to clock what you're doing, because again, your celebrity status is unfolding and you are, by the minute, by the hour, glowing. Okay, you are the walking embodiment of the sun. You are the embodiment of wealth. So be careful of anyone where you feel like the love is not reciprocated, the love is one-sided. Anybody that's fake flexing, but they realistically gotta work like 8 jobs just to show one thing off. Anyone pretending to have money or material wealth, but it's all a front, it's all a show, them trying to finesse you. Beware of taking any shortcuts this week. Okay, these are the things to be careful of. Be careful of nosy neighbors. Be careful of anyone giving you one-sided love, trying to mooch off of you. Anyone that wants to be more than friends, that you maybe don't find it appropriate because you could be with someone. Anyone trying to finesse you so they can take a shortcut, so they can gain something. And betrayal, okay? Because through all of that, there's going to be some betrayal that takes place if they are given the platform. If they are given the platform. One thing that I didn't go over yet is someone that left or has been acting weird or funny. Like, why are they acting that way? If you have a person on your mind and they've been acting really funny, they've been acting cold or distant, I'm going to go over, or I'm going to pull something to figure out, like, why are they acting that way? I'm seeing that this person really doesn't like people leaning on them or being codependent on them. So maybe you had a friendship with them, or you were even dating them, and they just felt trapped. But this is someone that acts like they can take care of anything, like they're the superhero, but they're actually a supervillain, and they don't like taking care of people. They actually take care of people, they feel resentment, and then they complain and complain and complain. They're a chronic complainer. If you were wondering if this person has changed or if they feel different, I do see that they feel bad, but they're complaining about you anyways. They're venting about you anyways, even though they feel bad. This person plays games, okay? They could have finessed something out of you, and then they got what they wanted. This person's very greedy. They're very inexperienced. So Spirit wants you to know that you could miss this person or wonder why they did what they did, but the bottom line is this person is inexperienced. They have a lot of growing to do. They have a lot of growing to do. And you don't need to be possessed by this person or feel like you have to lean on this person. They're not as open to learning, and this is a very important end that needed to give you the new beginning that you're walking into right now. So 4 days from the time that you see this message, you're seeing why all of these other things had to end, because they were going to hinder you from being your true self. Think about it. If this person that walked away, that's been acting weird, that has been acting cold or distant, if they haven't really been around, and they were around all the time like they used to be, that would be hindering your growth. That's the main thing that you guys need to know. That person would have been hindering your growth. You wouldn't be your true self because you would be doing what they wanted you to do. And now that you don't have to be around this person as much, you're like, oh, I really don't have to do all the stuff that they wanted me to do, because it was just never ending. You didn't realize that you were slowly doubting your worth because of how they were treating you, or that could have felt like the case after you guys had this breakup. So you are always enough. And now you get to rebuild from home. You get to start again from the feet up. But most of all, you get to be your true self. Spirit also wants you to know that this person, they like to act like they have no regard for what's right or wrong. And they just sometimes display a lot of instability that you don't need in your life. Okay, let's see what else is going on 4 days from the time that you see this. We have the gray. Endings are inevitable. I feel like that has to do with a job. Somebody's quitting a job this week. Okay, that part's not for everybody, but somebody's definitely leading a job. 4 days from the time that you see this message, you are going to be treating yourself a lot more, but in a different way. Treating yourself like as you're more nurturing towards yourself, but not like overspending. I'm seeing that you're really conscious about like overspending and not wanting to do that, especially if you're walking away from a job. Being able to spend more time at home, maybe reorganizing or just relaxing or reading a good book. Maybe you don't get to read anymore or draw anymore or spend as much time as at home because you're working all the time, and you are going to be spending more time enjoying your home life. So maybe you're a homebody, but you don't get to like enjoy your home as much because you're always having to go here or there or do all of these things. So let's see what else is coming in for you guys. What other luck is unfolding, other surprises? But yeah, definitely be careful of fake friends this week, fake supporters, because they are waiting for their opportunity to be disloyal, to betray your trust. So maybe that's why you're going to be home a lot. You're like, I'm safe over here, away from all of these other people, and then I can really see things clearly. I can assess what I need to. This is a very big breakthrough for you. People like how when you walk into a room, like you add energy to the room. Your vibration, your aura can command anything. Can command anything. So this big breakthrough, let me find out more about this big breakthrough. I feel like your confidence is going up. You're believing in yourself more. Like things that you really doubted about yourself. Yes, strength. You were really doubting your strength, or maybe you felt like your strength was tested. Maybe you were doubting certain things that you could do. Oh my gosh, don't let me forget. Not that you can like tell me right now. Don't let me forget. I need to pull out charms. Hold on. Let me put them over here so I don't forget. Because we cannot forget the charms. Because I want to pull out like initials and stuff for you guys. Yep. This is why you are rebuilding. Because you dealt with a lot of mean people that maybe from a very early age made you feel like, oh, you can't do that. That's not going to work for you. Nobody gets paid to do that. Oh, you're not that pretty. Or just like mean girls and mean boys that you dealt with. Or maybe this could be people in your industry trying to make you dim it down or water it down. You will never be a watered down version. This week, you will be playful. You will be loving life. I'm hearing Hakuna Matata. You will be having no worries this week. Yeah, I'm seeing that you guys are really coming into your own. Queen of Pentacles. Grounded. Humbled. Blooming. Protected. Providing. Like, look how gorgeous this is. Like, I'm stopping to smell the roses. I've got pentacles all around me. I'm never going to be struggling. I'm never going to be wanting for nothing. This star. What did I tell you? You are good at creating bags out of nothing. Securing wealth out of nothing, out of thin air. You can secure a bag out of thin air. That's why things naturally light up and like bloom around you. Things naturally light up and bloom around you. You are going to have a lot of people going through karmic situations or upheavals, and you can sense this. Maybe that's another reason you're going to be at home a lot more. Just like protecting yourself, like staying prayed up and strapped at home. I do feel like your enemies are going to be disappointed because they really want you to come out and like play with them. It's not going to happen. Somebody could have thought they were going to fool you by inviting you out to somewhere, or Yeah, be careful of an invitation, especially if it's in a group setting of people that you don't trust. Okay? Be careful. What else is coming in for the collective? Whoa. The Wheel of Fortune. You could have been feeling down on your luck, but I don't feel like it's luck financially. It's one or the other. You felt down on your luck financially, or you felt down on your luck in love or friendships. Like that you couldn't have both. So like you were doing well financially, but like friendships was bad. Or you were doing well financially, but like love life was bad. Or vice versa. Like love life was good, money was bad. You know what I mean? And I see that your spirit team is giving you a lot of assistance. Like they're helping you with this layup. They're helping you rebound. They're helping you bounce back. Because you've already done this. A whole bunch of groveling, crawling, praying, doing everything yourself. You're like, I don't really want to do that. Okay, let's get out some charms for you guys. Whoa. Okay, I keep getting this, but somebody could be getting some dental work done. Just saying. 11:11 on my timer. Somebody could be getting some dental work done, or this week you're going to be finding out like there's like a dentist that wants to work with you, or like your dental work is going to be discounted, or you're finally going to have like insurance go through or something like that. The initials that I got for you guys is M and F. Oh, that's funny. Mother effer. No pun intended, but pun intended. So we have MF. We have she believed she could, so she did. I have the lobster. You guys could be eating really good this week. Maybe you're going to be eating fresh seafood. You know, not everybody eats meat, but you guys know what I mean. If it's yours, it's yours. If it's not, it's not. We have the warrior, the camel. Maybe you guys are going to be visiting a desert. Ooh, maybe you guys are going to Vegas. Let me know in the comments. Okay, you guys could be planning a trip to Vegas. You could be going to Florida. You could be going to the beach. You could have watched my last message and made it all the way to the end and dropped a broom down below. Your favorite movie could be The Wizard of Oz. Ooh, okay, I get it. There are flying monkeys all around you, and this is why you could be spending a lot of time inside the house. Like, I'm going to read a good book. I'm going to turn my phone off. I'm not going to answer my phone. I don't want to know. I'm hearing hungry, hungry hippos. You might be taking your kids to like Dave and Buster's or like Main Event if you live in the States, an arcade. Someone here could like the movie Land Before Time, The Little Mermaid, Peter Pan. Let's see. Okay, you're going to be getting spirit animal messages that have to do with you seeing unicorns on random things, or unicorns, dinosaurs, or birds. You could be seeing birds all over the place. You could be seeing dinosaurs in random places. Like that's going to be synchronistic. Dinosaurs, unicorns, maybe even dragonflies. Somebody definitely wants to stop this breakthrough of yours, but I feel like if you're on social media specifically, somebody's been trying to stop that for a while and it hasn't really been going anywhere. So we have the microphone. You are going to be mic dropping some people. We have the umbrella too, but the umbrella in this charm isn't open. So maybe you have like your umbrella at rest position because like it's going to rain money on you this week. You're going to have more money in your pocket. So maybe you've been looking at bills or like how you spend money and you're like, I'm figuring out how to get this little nest egg over here and how to get more. Yeah, you're saving the bag and then you're going to create another bag and another bag. So you are creating multiple streams of income. Someone here could be going golfing this week, or you could be going to Top Golf. That might be something fun to do. Ooh, some of you guys could be house hunting or swimming. If you're not house hunting, you're going swimming. Okay. You're like, I want to go swimming like I used to. Maybe that's really therapeutic for you. Oh, I have 3 sets of keys here. So I'm getting a key to a boat or like a jet ski or a wave runner, a key to a home, and a key to a car. Telling you there's multiple bags that you're securing, so there's multiple keys. Get your O face ready. We haven't done that in a long time. Get your O face ready because you are securing multiple keys. New car, new home, new toy. Affirm it below. New car, new home, new toy. New car, new home, new toy. O face is activated. Okay, what else? Ooh, someone here is going to be planning a tropical vacation. So maybe you're going to like Jamaica or the Bahamas or Miami or I don't know, somebody's here is planning a vacation. Maybe you're planning a honeymoon. Maybe you're planning a baby moon. Somebody here never gets to go on vacation and is planning a vacation. I would keep that close to the chest because I see that there's some jealousy around whoever you're going on this vacation with. Okay? And then some of you guys can be getting your the routines that's changing for you could be your workout routine or what you eat because you're like, I got to get ready for this vacation. I got to get my summer body ready, my vacation body ready. I'm also seeing this week that you guys are not expecting a sudden shift. Though we've been talking about it, you are not expecting this sudden shift. And it's coming in because you are releasing desperation. You are releasing being worried about certain mistakes that you made. You already made amends. You said sorry. You repented. All the things. Free yourself from your past mistakes by forgiving yourself for what you've done or what you went through. Your current reality is shifting towards something very different than what you had anticipated, but it will all be for your highest good. Okay, what else is in here? I have the puzzle piece. So normally I wouldn't channel this, but someone here could be worried that their child has autism or their child is autistic. And normally I don't channel that, but you will know if that is for you. That is not for everybody. I also have the letter U. You could be changing your children's schools. That's going to be for some of you. Maybe some of you guys are going to do like a lot of Netflixing and chilling as you're staying inside and like reading books. Someone here is going to be decorating a baby's room. Someone here is going to be decorating a baby's room. This is so crazy. Okay, these initials, they say MF and then they say FU. Okay, they say FU and they say MF. So let me know who that is for. Somebody thinks that you're vain. I don't know who that's for. You don't care. You're like, I look good. I don't care what they say. You could be maybe getting into it with another parent. If you are a parent. Oh my gosh, I was at my meal prep place today and I was talking to the girls that work there. And one of the moms was like, I was at the store and my daughter had this Hello Kitty blanket in her hands. And this lady came up to her and took it from her and put it in her cart, even though she had 2 other Hello Kitty blankets in her cart. And this is not the first time I've heard people fighting over Hello Kitty blankets. Now, this was at Ross if you live in the States, but this also happens at Target in the States, because my nail tech, or one of my nail techs, was like watching some parents fight over some literal Hello Kitty blankets. But yeah, who takes that from a child, puts it in the cart, assumes that they don't have a parent, and just like, so I don't know, you guys could be calling somebody out, like, don't ever talk to my kid that way, don't ever act like that with my child, like, you know? I had the glass slipper. So people feel like, some of your haters feel like you live a fairy tale, but they're not going to tell you that they're envious of your life, that they're envious of your work ethic, that they're envious of your marriage, that you have a way of things not looking perfect, but being perfect because it's honest. Okay, it's transparent, it's honest, it is what it is. It's not anything fake, it's not a fake flex. I'm also hearing that what is for you cannot pass you. Okay. Social media shamer, cyberbullying, and making false claims in order to feel good. Beware of this if you guys are on social media. Some people are going to be trying to come for you even though you did not send for them. They're going to try to put you in a box of, oh, you're just a tarot reader, or you're just a empath, or you're just a musician. Like, no. I don't feel like you're having that this week. Okay. Wow. Because you are so giving and unselfish, there are some people that are going to try to carbon copy that. Okay? Real class act. Trying to hack or jack what you do. Like, oh, they're so giving, I can be giving. Oh, they're doing this all the time, I can be doing that all the time. Okay. Don't know why you need to know that, but you need to know that. Because maybe you're going to come across somebody's content and you're going to be like, oh, that's cool, but they're actually copying you. You're going to be like, oh, that's really cute, but they're actually copying you. Be careful on someone wanting to come back into your life to date because they might still be married to somebody else. I don't know who that's for. I don't feel like that's for everybody. Maybe there's somebody that you were like starting to talk to and you feel like they're a serial cheater or serial dater, or they're just the type of person that's going to be married multiple times. I'm getting that this person is never satisfied, if that's what you're worried about with them. And you're like, rather stay quiet than admit their feelings. People are really going to get off on gossip this week, okay? They're really going to get off on gossip, so make sure that you are not a part of that. I cannot stress that enough. People are gossiping, being like, I gotta go. I don't know why we need to steer clear of that, but we just need to. We just need to. And that it also includes watching gossip. I don't know why. I mean, I could guess why. So many things are coming in at a rapid rate of karma. We don't need to be on the bad side of that. We don't need to be misjudging people going through whatever they're going through, and we don't like it when we're gossiped about. But yeah, people are really going to be sipping tea and deflecting and kikiing it up like it's not about me, so deflect. So just be careful with that, especially if it's going to be hurtful, if the person's going to hear that. Then we have something that you guys need to be careful of is somebody close by that's always looking over your shoulder, eavesdropping, trying to listen to you guys. And that involves business, relationships, enemies. But somebody that is like trying to be involved in your partnerships or your marriage or is just nosy. So if you were like, I wonder, yeah, they're doing that. somebody you don't get along with in your town, your neighborhood, your city. It's over your second house and your fifth house. It is over the things that you possess, the things that you buy, and your hobbies, like what it appears that you do for leisure. So let's say you're like walking in with some golf clubs. They're like, I wonder where they went golfing today. Like somebody, janky binoculars is trying to figure out what you're up to and why it seems like your life is so exciting. And you might not think your life is exciting, but somebody's interested in your hobbies and like how you make money and how much money you make. And so remember, we got securing keys. This is going to be a reason you do this. Whoever is doing this is going to be a reason you relocate. Because maybe you were thinking about waiting. And sometimes things get so much better when we move. Sometimes things get worse when we move, but sometimes things get so much better. And maybe you've been in a comfortable spot for a while and now it's time to like venture off so you can be comfortable, because these people have you feeling uncomfortable. So you might be leaving something behind. That could also tie to the endings are inevitable. I'm also seeing you guys are going to be a heartbreaker this week because you just really know what you want. You're like, I don't really want anyone that plays games, that is kind of divorced, not divorced, just separated, you know. So people might see you as a heartbreaker, someone that can break hearts easily, but I'm just seeing these things as boundaries. Okay? You might be catching somebody in the act, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, you're breaking my heart. Well, don't stomp on mine, and then be like, my heart is broken. Yeah. You're about to go through a savage glow up. Okay, anything else? You're really going to be liking who you see in the mirror. Ooh. You are really going to be liking who you see in the mirror. High vibes. Okay. You're going to be feeling high vibrational, energy that feels good. You're just going to be in the car, like singing and just like very unapologetic. Like, I naturally like fidget and mess with my hair, but old me would be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I messed with my hair, I'm sorry, like, whatever, I just be doing that, okay, just be doing it. So, you are going through a physical and mental transformation for the better, looking at yourself and being like, yeah, I made that change. Affirm it below, I made that change. So you're rising from the ashes. I also feel like there was this ditch that you guys were in, and people are like, they're going to stay there. They're never going to get back up. You got one in the hopper. Affirm it below. I got one in the hopper. I got many mics to drop. Okay? I got one in the hopper and I got many mics to drop. Some of these people that think they are like, oh my gosh, what are they up to? They haven't even seen anything yet. This is just a regular Tuesday to you. They haven't seen anything yet to even get upset about. You know? You're just outside people's norm of like what they fit into a box, and they want to figure out how to add kerosene and gas up the situation. Yep. I don't know who the frick these people are. I don't know. You guys will tell me in the comments. People that are annoyed by you, they want to control you, they're like doing this, they want to limit your freedom, but they don't have the audacity to tell you. You can just feel it and sense it because you're a seer. They want to change your narrative because your life is balanced. And I'm seeing that some of you, in order to get this fresh start that you want with your family, you're starting to feel more vulnerable with the people that you care about. You're like, I don't want this birth or this new life or my family in this environment or this location. So remember, there's 3 keys. There's something that you're going to break or suspend or walk away from or like cut up or rip up. It could be a contract. It could be divorce papers, a contract, something. Within a few weeks, there's something that you could be ripping up or cutting short. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing that you're going to be more determined to move forward. You're going to be more determined to move forward in areas of life where you felt like, maybe I should wait for that. Get your O-face ready, bestie, because you're about to be shocked. You are the spiritual teacher that people have been waiting for, and now you're getting clarity on like what doesn't fit in your life anymore, and like, or maybe you thought you were being paranoid or obsessive or like too much. You're like, no, I have a fighting spirit. I will persevere. You're going to be getting orders from source, from the creator, like, yeah, move, or buy this, or don't do this, or get this job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you are being created as a villain by some of these people, and the divine does not like that. So you're going to rewrite some stories. You are going to rewrite some narratives. Harley. If you didn't know, those are the confirmations on my channel. Harleys, speed bikes, dirt bikes. So you're just ready to smash the noise, to tune it out. Whoa. Oh, got it. Calm amid chaos. So there's going to be all kinds of karmic circus craziness going on around you, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, it's not my mess. I have a broom, but it's over here for cleaning up my side of the street. Yeah, it's like people want you all the way across the street to bring your broom over and help them clean up their mess. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, don't be afraid to sing. Be aware of environments that you're in where you feel like you have to, like, be really quiet, or that you can't sing, or that you can't be yourself. And then we have the Phoenix again. How is that for happily ever after? So from it below, how is that for happily ever after? You're going to be feeling really creative, like whatever it is that you do, whatever you felt at your peak of like, oh, I feel creative, it feels good, that is happening again. It's like another cycle of that, those creative juices flowing. Okay? So yeah, let me know what's going on in the comments, you guys. Because, yeah, this is a lot of information, but I hope that it all makes sense to you. I know it will. Whoever it's for, it will. We have M, F, and U. So yeah, don't forget to drop your favorite affirmation. You got one in the hopper. You need to get your O-face ready. You have many mics to drop. You have many bags to secure, and you can secure them out of thin air. So don't forget to smash the, you know what, hit the bell, duh. You do not want to miss out. Patreon link is down below if you are looking for ad-free exclusive content at a great price, because it's only $11.11 a month. I mean, come on. Okay? Yeah. But I look forward to speaking to you guys in the comments. And if you made it all the way to the end, what can we drop down below? Is there a mushroom? If there's any of these, I think there is an emoji for this. Drop one of this. Drop one of this. Drop one of these down below, because things are galactically moving in your favor. Things are galactically moving in your favor. You are the galactic truth serum. Okay, so drop your mushrooms down below if you made it all the way to the end. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Bye.